Hello internet people. In this video I'll show you how to create a website from scratch, and this will include website hosting, domain name, and also WordPress theme and email. After this video you could have a business website like this, or maybe a fancy e-commerce store like this, or you can have a creative blog like this. And the best part, there's more than 30 free designs to choose from and more than 50 paid ones. So you have a lot of options for the starter templates. So by following these steps, you'll be able to have a website online even today. And we'll be optimizing the site so that it's super fast to load and you get 90+ score in GT metrics. Arnie, tell the audience how they will feel after this video.
Only pain.
What the heck, Arnie? I thought you were on my side.
Tips with punch.
So let me just quickly summarize this video. First, we're going to register a domain name and web hosting at HostPapa. Then we're going to install WordPress, and we're going to install a WordPress theme called Astra. What's cool about Astra, it's mostly free, but also it comes with a lot of demo sites, which you can use as your like a design templates. And then you fill in with your own content. And then we create an email address with your new domain. And lastly, we're going to actually optimize WordPress for speed, SEO, and also security. So let's get started by registering web hosting and domain name at HostPapa. All right, let's get started. Just navigate into the description of this video and click on the first link. You'll land on this page and just click on the first button here to get the hosting and the domain name. And this is the web host we're going to register the hosting and the domain. It's called HostPapa and they're from Canada. My website has been with HostPapa for like 18 months and I've been really happy with them. The website loads fast, the customer service seems to be really efficient, and they are reasonably priced. And as a bonus, if you use the link that I showed you in the description, you get an extra 20% discount, and you support this channel because I get an affiliate commission from the sale. And I know some of you will react like this.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
So just scroll down and you can choose between the starter package or the business package. Now the biggest difference between these two is that here in the starter you can only have 2 websites, and for the business you can unlimited websites. So if you know you're going to have more than 2 websites, then select this one. Otherwise you can start with the starter and then you can always upgrade. The good thing about the business one is also they have a bit more capacity in terms of users. But really, if you're just starting out, the starter will be just fine. Then just choose the one you want. So let's say I'm going to go with the starter. And you see here the subtotal is actually quite high, but then if you scroll down and change the period to 12 months, it already decreases, and then there's some extras that you don't really need. And then click on next steps. And this is the hard part actually. You need to find a domain name. If you already know what it is, then type in. So for me it'll be thetipswithpunch.com. But if you don't know how to choose, there'll be a link in the description to a video where I explain what's the best practice to come up with new ideas for a domain name. Then click on get my domain. And the domain is actually included for free for the first year. But what I do recommend, they add this domain privacy, and I do recommend you using it. When you register a domain name with any company, they then provide that information to the whois database, which basically just gathers all the domain names. And this database is publicly available. If you don't take the domain privacy, they will register the domain name with your details. So just keep the privacy protection, and HostPapa will just fill in the name and address with their own information. Arnie, what do you tell people who are stalking you?
Fuck you.
Then fill in your details here. And once you fill in all your details, you'll see here at the bottom, you can actually choose the payment method. So just select if you want to use credit card or PayPal. In my case, I'll be using PayPal. Don't forget to check the terms and conditions And just so you notice, they also add the VAT to your order. So in my case, it's 21% because I'm in Netherlands. And then click on place your order. And once you ordered, this is the thank you page you'll get. You'll have your confirmation number and also what's gonna happen next. Ka-ching! Oh wait, I guess it's ka-ching to HostPapa. Let me try that again. Ka-ching! Next, you'll receive a bunch of emails from HostPapa. This might take anywhere from 2 minutes to like 15 minutes. The most important ones are this one. If you see verification required, this is for your domain name. So the email looks like this, and if you scroll down, you'll see there's this validate URL. So just click on it, and this just checks your basic details for the domain. They're not gonna show up in anywhere in public, but anyway, you just need to verify this. Just click on verify. Nice. And you can just close this one. And the other important email is this: welcome to HostPapa family. I got actually 3 of them, but the most important one is, I think, the first one, where you actually also receive the dashboard client ID, which is this one, and the password, which is this one. So just open up the dashboard, it's here, and put in the client ID. I have my other one here, so just ignore that. And the password, throw it in, and then just sign in. All right, next you'll have to set up some security questions. Just select a question and then answer them. And once you're done, just click on save.
We're going to play a wonderful game called Who is Your Daddy and What Does He Do?
Okay, awesome. We've just sorted out the web hosting and the domain. So now we need a way we can update our content easily and have some great looking designs just without knowing how to code. That's where WordPress can help us. So let's get started by just installing WordPress on the new web hosting. All right, and this is your HostPapa dashboard. And the most useful section of this is my cPanel. So let's start with that. And this is where we're going to actually install the WordPress as well. You can see cPanel here in this small window. If you click on this cPanel logo, it'll open up in a bigger. And here, all you need to do is type in the search box, install, and you'll see this Softaculous Apps Installer. Just click on it. And here, first one, you see WordPress, click on install. And now here we're going to set up WordPress, which is a CMS, and it just means that you can manage all your content from one place. So it's a content management system. So let's start by choosing the version. Just take the latest one, and then let's choose an installation URL. Since HostPapa comes with free SSL, we will choose this HTTPS option. The only thing to keep in mind, the free SSL will be enabled 24 hours after domain registration. If you like to have www, that's up to you. I prefer not to have it, so just the HTTPS. I'm going to select that one. This is my domain. And directory, I'll keep it empty because I want WordPress to be on this whole domain. Then you can give your site a name. So Tips with Punch Tutorials, and description. And here you'll set up an admin account for WordPress. So you can change the username. This is what's going to show up also in the posts. So you could already set up admin, or you can just put your own name and then generate a password. And please make your password more secure than just password 1234. And then the email, for now we can keep this one. We'll set up an email so you can change it later to whatever you want. But if you, for example, know already you want an email like, I don't know, in my case it would be just robert@thetipswithpunch.com. I could add it like this. And then choose the language. And you can skip all these plugins for now. I'll provide you with the link where you can just download all the required plugins later on. Then there's advanced options, but we're not going to touch any of those, so let's just close it up. And here, don't select any of these themes. It's just extra weight for your website. Let's not do that. And we're gonna install a good WordPress theme a bit later. Just click on install. All right, once the installation is done, you can click on these links. So I'm going to open up in a new tab. You'll see this warning, and it's normal just because you have HTTPS and the SSL certificate is not yet installed, so it's going to give you this. And this hideous warning will go away once the free SSL is enabled in 24 hours. But let's click on this advanced and then accept risk and continue. And here you can see a very simple website which we're going to change and make very pretty in just few clicks. But the cool thing is the website is already online. So if you want to do a 10-second victory dance like this, but only if you're wearing tank top with suspenders. Alright, that wasn't too bad, right? So next, let's install a WordPress theme, which will just give a pretty design to our website. I'm going to use a theme called Astra, and it has a lot of free starter sites which you can just copy and paste. They also have paid sites which are a bit more fancy. And if you're not happy with any of these, you can always check out ThemeForest. They have like thousands of different themes for every industry. It's just crazy. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out. Now, if you go back to the dashboard, you can click on this second URL, which is the WordPress admin. And it will log you in automatically. And here you can see this is a WordPress dashboard. And let's start by just installing a proper theme so then everything looks nice. And we can do that by going to here on the left, go to Appearance, Themes, and then here at the top, click on Add New. And then in the search box, type in Astra. And you can see this one, Astra theme. Just click on Install. And this will take a bit of time. But once it's done, click on Activate. How's it going, Clint?
With all due respect, sir, you're beginning to bore the hell out of me.
All right, now we installed the theme, but we also want some demo content. And here at the top, you'll see, thank you for installing Astra and get started. All right, once it's done activating, you'll be greeted with this page. And this is where you can select the page builder you're going to use. Now, my preference is Elementor, but you could use any of the other ones. So just select Elementor. So these are the starter websites, and the great thing about them is you install this and then you have a place where to start. So you could see here you have the normal ones and agency ones, and agency ones are like the ones that you need to pay for, and you have also free ones. You can filter them by here, just select free.
It's free. It's free. It's free.
It's free real estate.
And there's also further filters here, so you can select if you need a blog, business, or e-commerce. So as you can see, there's a lot of options here. Well, let's say this freelancer artist. So I click on it, and then here you can see I've selected home, and you can scroll down and see what included, about me, what's included, and contact. That's great. And if you like this, you just click on this button, import complete site, and you can keep everything as default unless you've already imported a starter site and now you want to change it to a new one. Then you need to check the top checkbox to delete previously imported site. And now just click on import. And now it's going to take a bit of time. It's going to install some plugins that are essential for this to work. And once the installation is done, you'll see this pop up and it just tells you that it's done. And you can click here, view site, and it'll open up your website and you'll see it's completely changed. So you have new content here, like this one here. You have different kinds of art thingies here, and also you can see here about me. and also contact. Yes, your theme is installed now, so you can go and kick around bad guys like this. Hey, if you like this video so far, I would appreciate if you can hit the like button. That would help me a lot. Thanks. And now you can start customizing all of this. So let's say if I want to change something on the home, you select the home and then edit with Elementor. And here, let's say I want to change this one. Click on it and start typing. And everything is replaceable. You can change the colors and so on. But I'm not going to dive deeper in Elementor in this tutorial. If you want to know more, check out the link in the description. There's a great tutorial covering everything about Elementor, so check it out if you're interested. But before you go, let me show you how to create your own email address with this new domain, so you can start getting emails like this.
I need some money. Immediately. Money? This is not a bank. I know.
Alright, the website looks great. But before optimizing it, let's just set up email with your new domain. So now we go back to the Softaculous, and then here on the top you have control panel. So let's go there. And in this view, if you go to email, you see here email accounts. Just click on it. And for now it's empty. Besides this one, but it's the default one, you don't want it. So just click on create. And I want to just have my first name and then the tipswithpunch.com. Here you can set a password. So let me generate one. And then the storage space, you can keep this as a 500 megabytes for now. And you can keep everything else as is. And then click on create. And that's it. You have now an email. So let's say I want to write, just to test it, I'm going to use my Gmail to write here. Test email. And then back to cPanel. And then here you have check email. If you click on it. And here you can see directly in your window. Let's say I choose this horde and open. You'll see here that there's this welcome email. And this email is quite useful actually if you want to set up your email for some other client like Outlook, or maybe on your iPhone, in your iPhone mail. And they have all the instructions here. I'll leave also in the description how to set this up. And as you can see here, also my test email arrived. And this way you have your own email inbox, and you can create up to 100 email accounts with the starter package. And that should be just more than enough. So you can start giving out emails like Oprah. You get an email, you get an email, you get an email. Next, we will install the most useful plugins for WordPress. And the best part is we're going to install one plugin that installs all the plugins. And they will help us with SEO, page load times, and also security. And as a last step, let's install the most crucial plugins that you need to get started with WordPress. And you can do it easily by just going to the first website we open up. It's this one, the same link you used to buy the hosting and domain. You have here step 2, and just download this plugin. And this is just a plugin that actually, with one click, you'll be able to download all the plugins you need. So just save the file and then head to your WordPress dashboard, which I think is here. Yes, you can close this one. And what you can do here, go to dashboard and just navigate to plugins and then click on upload plugin and browse. Select this file that you just downloaded and open it and click on install now. And this plugin is super simple. I've created it myself. It's only a list of other plugins, but the cool thing about it is once you activate it, it'll suggest you to install all those plugins in one go. So here at the top you see this team recommends the following plugins, blah blah blah. So just click on begin installing plugins, and all of these plugins will be installed in one go, so you don't need to go and install them one by one. And these plugins help you with security and backups, and also just in general website load speed and SEO, which is super important. So let's go ahead and click on this checkbox, and in the drop down select install and then click on apply. Now this will take a bit of time because there's several plugins there. Alright, and once it's done, you'll see this page, and you can just go to, on the last link, click on it, return to required plugins installer, and again click on this checkbox and select activate, and then click on apply. And that's it. You've installed a lot of plugins now, and I'm going to show you how to actually use them. Arnie, tell the audience the plan.
Now this is the plan. Get your ass to Mars.
Mind-blowing, Arnie, mind-blowing. All right, let me just show you how to set up all these plugins so that you have the best performance out of them. And let's start actually with the page performance, which is the W3 Total Cache plugin, and it's super good and it makes your website so much faster. And as you can see, I've run a speed test on this website, and at this point it gets 87% score for page speed score in GT metrics, and whois slow score is 65%. But you'll see in a second when we install a caching plugin, it will go up to above 90% easily. So let's get started with the page speed optimization. So let's go, and here at the top you'll see performance, and just click on general settings and just scroll down and enable the page cache. Also enable the minify. It'll just warn you that there might be some problems with this one, but as long as you update the plugin, it should work fine with everything. So and then just click I understand the risks, and you can keep these as default. And then here you scroll down, enable the database cache and the object cache. CDN we're not going to use right now, and just keep scrolling. Enable the lazy loading, and the rest you can keep as is, and then just click on one of these save settings and purge cache. So one thing about the cache plugin is when you do updates on your website, you time to time have to come here, performance, and purge all cache, and this way it will remove all the files that it's created and refresh your website. So sometimes you might end up in a situation where you've updated something, but then you go to your website and you don't see the change. It's because of the cache. Just refresh it, remove the old data, and then you'll see the change. So don't forget to use this performance. Arnie, did you use any performance improvers in your career?
Cocainum.
And just quickly, I want to show you another plugin that is installed here. And if you go to media, and here you have Resmush it, and this is your image compression plugin. So the cool thing is, if you have already images there, you could optimize all of them, and what it does, it just compresses the images so that they take up less space without compromising the quality. So what you need to do here in the settings, make sure that optimize on upload, so every time you upload an image, it will actually do it for you right there, so you don't need to do it yourself. And then also put the image quality, let's put the 92, which is default anyway, and then enable statistics so you can see how much it actually optimized stuff, and then save changes. And you can also optimize the existing images by clicking on this button. This will take a bit of time depending on how many images you already have. And once it's done, you'll get this message, and that just means all your existing images are now optimized as well. And now if we go, let's grab this URL and go to GTmetrix. And this is how fast your website loads. This is a tool to test it. And if we do that, test your site, you can see that it loads. It gets a score of 97. And what's great about it, it loads in less than 2 seconds. And here, pretty much everything is in green. There's few things that you could make better, and that's just optimizing your website even further. So huge improvements in just like 5 minutes. So now your website loads as fast as this guy's whole movie career.
Come sta?
Alright, let me next show you just quickly the SEO plugin that's installed. So here on the left, if you scroll down, you see SEO. Just click on General. This is called Yoast SEO. It's a very popular plugin and it has a lot of features. I want to just mention that here under Webmaster Tools, this is where you can actually verify your website with Google, which will be important down the road. And you have also under search appearance here on the left, you have more settings. This tool is very extensive, so if you want to know more about this, how to set up everything, check out the link in the description, and it just talks more about this plugin. By default, the settings are already pretty good, and the most noticeable is when you use it in an article or a post. So if you go to post, and there's only one here, so I'll open this one. If you click on edit, so all your posts and all your pages will have the same blog. It's the Yoast SEO blog, and it helps you to create the content that actually is also good for SEO. And if you want to learn more about all the features of this plugin, just check out the link in the description of this video. So now Google can start looking for your website. And the next plugin I want to show you is called Updraft Plus, and you can reach it here at the top. It's a plugin for backups. So to backup stuff, you can go here at the top. You see Updraft Plus and then select settings. And on this page, you'll be able to set automatic backups. So you have two things to set up here, files to backup and database. You need both. So let's set those to weekly. And then how many copies you want to retain. Since I have weekly, I'm going to just set to 4. So that means I have backups for a month. Then there's an option to have remote storage. So for example, my favorite is Google Drive or Dropbox. And that way you actually have all your backups somewhere in a remote location and they're not dependent on your web hosting, because by default, all these backups will be saved on your web hosting, which is in 99% cases okay. But if you want to learn how to actually do a remote storage, then check out the link in the description. I have there how to do it with Google Drive and Dropbox, I think. Then if you scroll down, you can keep these as is. And then here, if you want to get an email every time a backup is done, you can check this one, and the rest just keep them as is. And then don't forget to save changes. Okay, and then once it's done, you can go to Backup Restore tab. You can see here that next scheduled backup is March 29th, which is a week from today. And it's going to make an automatic backup. Then if you want a backup from what you have right now, you can just click on backup now. And here you just choose include database, include your files, and that's about it. And then just click on backup now. And here you'll see it starts to backing up your files. Since you don't have that much stuff yet, it'll be fairly quick. And this is the way you can actually set up backups automatically, just so you have a peace of mind when you're doing updates on your website that nothing goes wrong. And then another security plugin that's really good one is this Akismet Anti-Spam, and you can see it under settings. And here, if you click on it, it's very useful, especially when you start getting some traffic on your website. You'll get so much spam, so many comments that are not real, they're just generated by robots. I really recommend you to go through this. You just need to register an account and then you're able to utilize this plugin. It's free and it works really well, and you'll notice you'll make a big difference. You'll filter out most of the spam. So I really recommend this one. especially if you're doing a blog or something where there's could be a lot of comments.
Oh, really?
And the last plugin I want to show you is the limit login attempts to WordPress admin. And that's something, again, in the settings, it's the last one here, limit login attempts. If you click on it, it's already by default, it's enabled. And what's great about it, if somebody's trying to hack your website, you're able to lock it down, and it helps just with general security. So now if you go on your website and refresh it, you'll see that it changed a lot. So obviously you see all the changes we've done so far, but also it just looks great and it loads nicely. And sometimes you'll notice that if you go to a page, the image is not loaded immediately, and that's because we have that lazy loading enabled. If you made it this far, congratulations. It took a bit of effort, but I hope you like your new website and also this video. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I check them almost daily, and I'll try to help you out if you have any. My name is Robert, and if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about how to improve your website, get more traffic, and other website related stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Here are 2 videos I think you might want to watch next. First shows you how to submit your website to Google, and second shows you how to set up Google Analytics in WordPress so you can track your website visitors.